My name is Ryan Carter, and I'm a paramedic. Every day, I see people on the worst day of their lives. I've watched strangers hold dying hands, husbands sob over their wives, and teenagers beg their unconscious parents to wake up. I've seen the best of humanity raw, terrified, and real. But what I didn't expect was to experience the worst side of someone I loved, right when I needed her most. I lived a simple, structured life. Long shifts, emergency calls, adrenaline-fueled hours followed by silent, exhausted nights. My girlfriend, Lana, was the opposite of me in every way. Vivacious, loud, always surrounded by friends and social plans. We had been together for 2 years and lived in the apartment I worked my ass off to afford. She called me her rock. I thought I was. There was always one crack in our relationship, though: her best friend, Ethan. Tall, cocky, rich, and charming. A consultant who always seemed to have more time for expensive lunches than actual work. Lana swore they were just friends, that he was like a brother. Still, their constant messages, their inside jokes, the way she lit up around him, none of it ever sat right. But I trusted her. I wanted to. Last Tuesday started like any other. I had just pulled a double shift. It was raining as I drove home, windshield wipers working overtime, my body begging for sleep. I was 2 blocks from my apartment when it happened. A silver Honda Civic sped through a red light and slammed into the driver's side of my car. Glass exploded. Metal crumpled. My world turned sideways. I blacked out. When I came to, I was pinned inside what used to be my car. Through the rain-streaked glass, I saw familiar uniforms, my colleagues. They worked quickly, gently, voices calm but firm. I was pulled out, strapped to a backboard, loaded into the ambulance. My arm felt wrong. Broken. My head throbbed. Everything else was a blur. "Ryan," a voice said. "Officer Daniels, an old friend. We need your emergency contact." I muttered Lana's name and gave him her number. I thought she'd be there in minutes. She wasn't. At the ER, doctors ran their tests. I had a clean break in my left arm and a mild concussion. My ribs were bruised, but there was no internal bleeding. I was lucky. Alive. But she still hadn't come. An hour passed. A nurse stepped in. "We've called your emergency contact several times." No response. I knew where she was. It was Tuesday, her standing lunch date with Ethan. The Gilded Table, downtown. Trendy, overpriced, shallow. I pulled my phone from the bedside tray with my uninjured hand. The screen was cracked, but usable. I texted, "Hey. Bad car accident. I'm at St. Luke's ER. Arms broken. Car's totaled. Can you come?" I waited. The dots appeared. Then her reply. "OMG, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. But I'm at lunch with Ethan RN. It's kinda important. Can you Uber home? Let me know how it goes XX." That was it. Not "Are you okay?" Not "I'm coming." Just lunch. With Ethan. I read it twice, then stared at the ceiling. The world narrowed to a pinpoint of clarity. In that moment, I realized something deep in my bones. Lana didn't love me. Not the way I deserved. I didn't cry. I didn't rage. I just processed. Methodically. Like I do on the job. Then I called Officer Daniels. "Daniels, it's Ryan. I know Lana's not answering. She's at the Gilded Table. If you need to complete the emergency contact report, might be best to go in person." He paused. "Understood. We'll send someone. You just rest." I smiled. For the first time that day. Daniels called me later to give me the full story. I didn't ask, but he knew I'd want to hear. 2 uniformed officers entered the Gilded Table. The place went silent. Cops don't show up there unless someone's being escorted out. Lana and Ethan were at a corner booth. 2 glasses of wine. A shared appetizer. Laughing. Until the officers reached their table. "Ma'am, are you Lana Rivers?" one officer asked. Lana blinked, confused. "Yes? We're here regarding a vehicle collision involving Ryan Carter. He's been transported by ambulance to St. Luke's. We've been trying to contact you for over an hour. As his emergency contact, you need to coordinate with the towing company regarding his vehicle." Gasps. Stares. Ethan froze mid-bite. "Ryan?" Lana whispered. The officer continued, voice even. "He was seriously injured. We were informed you could be found here. This is an official notification. Daniels told me you could hear forks clatter onto plates." Lana sat frozen. Ethan stared at her like he was seeing her for the first time. The officer finished with a polite nod. "We recommend you head to the hospital." Then they walked out. The whole restaurant watched Lana. She was no longer the pretty girl at lunch. She was the girlfriend who ignored an ER call. And Ethan? He stood up, tossed cash on the table, and left. Didn't say a word. Lana blew up my phone. Missed calls. Texts. Voicemails. "Ryan, I'm on my way. I didn't know it was that bad. Where are you? Why did you send cops to my lunch?" That was humiliating. I blocked her. Then I called my sister, Hannah. She picked me up from the hospital. Furious, protective, and ready to burn Lana's world down. The next morning, Hannah went to my apartment while I rested at her place. She coordinated with a moving company. Every single one of Lana's possessions, clothes, makeup, books, the framed picture of us, boxed and labeled. All of it stacked neatly in the living room. Then a locksmith changed the locks. Hannah sent Lana a single email from a new account. Subject: Retrieval of personal property. Lana. Ryan has chosen to terminate your relationship and revoke access to his residence, where you were not on the lease. Your belongings are boxed and will be available for 48 hours. Please respond with a time slot to retrieve them. Any attempt to contact Ryan directly will be considered harassment. Hannah Carter. It was legal. It was emotionless. It was done. I've healed. My arm is fine. The concussion is a memory. The peace I feel? Unmatched. Lana came to collect her things with her father. She didn't say a word. Just loaded the boxes and left. Her father apologized to my sister. That told me everything I needed to know. As for Ethan, he messaged me once. I had no idea about the accident. I left as soon as the cops did. I'm done with her. I'm sorry. I didn't reply. Lana sent me an email last month. Pages of excuses. Said she panicked. Blamed Ethan. Said she missed me. I filtered her address straight to trash. My revenge wasn't about drama. It was in the silence. In the clean, final way I removed her from my life. She showed me who she was. I believed her. She chose lunch. I chose truth. And I never looked back. Epilogue: The Quiet Cure. People say revenge is loud, messy, explosive. But that's not true. The best revenge is quiet, peaceful, final. It's an empty apartment, a silent phone, and a life you reclaim with dignity. Lana had treated me like a side character in her story. I'd been the safe choice, the fallback plan. But when the real test came, she failed. Spectacularly. And the world saw it. Her social circle distanced themselves. The story of the police entering the Gilded Table became legend. She couldn't spin it. She couldn't run from it. She had chosen brunch. I chose to walk away. And every day since, I've been healing not just from the accident, but from the lie I used to call love. Sometimes, you have to nearly die to start truly living. And that's exactly what I'm doing now.